Hello, this is Algebra 7.3, special products of polynomials. The main thing to keep in mind, I would say, is that we're still multiplying polynomials. So you still want to distribute each term of the first polynomial to each term of the second. If you're multiplying two binomials together, you can use FOIL. And then another thing to keep in mind is if you're squaring a polynomial, which you'll see in some examples that we do, it's the same as multiplying a polynomial by itself. So there's not really a whole bunch of notes other than going over some specific examples of special products. So here's some examples of special products. Number one, a plus 3 quantity squared. So we're squaring this binomial. If you're squaring something, that's the same as multiplying it by itself. So really, I want to rewrite a plus 3 quantity squared as a plus 3 times a plus 3. Since this is multiplying a binomial by a binomial, we could use FOIL. First to FOIL is a times a, so that's a squared. That's first to FOIL. Outside of FOIL is a times 3. That's positive 3a. Inside of FOIL is 3 times a. That's also a positive 3a. And then last of FOIL, 3 times 3, which is positive 9. After we multiply, we could always see if we can try to simplify. In this case, the two outside and inside terms are like terms, so we can combine them. It's a squared. 3a plus 3a is 6a. And then last would be 9. Okay. Number 2 should be pretty similar. You're squaring a binomial, so use FOIL. b minus 2 times b minus 2. b times b is b squared. b times negative 2 is negative 2b. Negative 2 times b is negative 2b. And then negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4. We can add the outside and inside terms, and it's b squared minus 4b plus 4. I'm going to have you try to work through number 5, pause the video, and see if you can come up with the correct product. And check your answer. Here's what you should come up with. Be careful. Don't just try to square the 3x and the negative 2. That would be missing the outside and inside parts of FOIL, but that's what some people try to do sometimes. But I used FOIL. I first rewrote it as 3x minus 2 times 3x minus 2. Then FOILed everything out. First, outside, inside, last. You can check your answers against mine, what I came up with, and then simplified by combining the like terms. All right, skipping to number 10. This is a special product, x minus 3 times x plus 3. Notice these are kind of opposites of each other. They're not completely opposites because this x is positive and this x is positive. You're not going to be too worried about knowing this term, but these two are what are known as conjugates of each other. But you could still use FOIL. It's multiplying a binomial by another binomial. First to FOIL is x times x, which is x squared. Outside of FOIL is x times 3, which is 3x. Inside of FOIL is negative 3 times x, which is negative 3x. And then last of FOIL, negative 3 times 3, 9. Notice here the outside and inside terms basically cancel just each other out. 3x minus 3x is 0x. So you're left with x squared minus 9. Take a minute, try number 12. So here's what you should have come up with. Number 12, this is FOILed out. First, outside, inside, last. And the outside and inside terms are opposites of each other, so they cancel each other out. You should be left with t squared minus 121. On these last examples, I want to use special products patterns to find the product. So instead of just taking 18 times 22, maybe using my calculator in order to do that, here's what we can do. 18 and 22 are both close to 20. Any multiple of 10 should be a little bit or a lot easier to multiply. So 18 I could rewrite as 20 minus 2. 22 would be the same as 20 plus 2. And then I could FOIL this out. 20 times 20. You can do that in your head because you could just multiply 2 times 2. That's 4. And then add the 2 zeros, 400. 20 times 2 is positive 40. Negative 2 times 20 is negative 40. And then negative 2 times 2 is negative 4. These will cancel each other out. What did I do here? Oh, positive 40. Sorry, just wrote that bad. And I thought it was negative. But positive 40 and negative 40 will cancel each other out. We have 400 minus 4. So that's 396. And then I didn't even need to use a calculator in order to do that. See if you can do number 20 real quick. So for number 20, both of these numbers are very close to 50. They're each one away from 50. So 49 can be written as 50 minus 1. 51 can be written as 50 plus 1. This is foiling everything out. I didn't quite simplify it yet. These cancel each other out. 2,500 minus 1 is 2,499. This might be pretty difficult to do in your head without using a calculator, but it's easier to do if you use special products.